right, here we go. Welcome to 6 Minutes of Witchcraft with me, Laura Tempest Zakroff. And this is our second episode, so welcome. And oh my god, all the folks who subscribed after the first episode, thank you. Thank you for your support and for being here. And so I'm filming this on the eve of the official release date for my fourth book, Weave the Liminal, Living Modern Traditional Witchcraft. So there's my shameless plug for it. But I wanted to really focus this particular episode on the use of books in witchcraft, and also how important it is for you to make your path your own. So an interesting observation that someone who had an early copy of the book made was to say that they really enjoyed it, but they felt like they wish they could do more than just read with the book. And I thought that was an interesting observation. I do have a few little journaling things in here, but essentially this is a book that is not going to give you a rundown of here are all the rituals that you need to do, and here are all the possible spells you could ever want, and you should do all these things. Because to me, that is really not what being a witch is about. I wrote this book for all of you who are exploring witchcraft as an integral part of your life. It is a spiritual path, perhaps, for you. It could be a vocation. It can be both of these things. It can be the lens that you see the world through. And I tend to think that perhaps my target audience is a little more savvy and perhaps intellectual and experience oriented, and doesn't want to be spoon-fed everything. Again, not that this is a bad thing, but there are a lot of books right now on the market, very popular, very cute books that, you know, these are all the things you need to be a witch, and here are your magic spells, and here are your rituals, and here's the stuff you need to get, and here's all your self-help kind of feel-good things, and those are great. Those are wonderful things. There is a market for all of those books. But I'm thinking a little bit more differently about what is the approach to it. I expect that you each have your own path. You have your own background that you're coming from. You live in the environment, you know, whether it is the very physical bioregional environment, what your house is, what your vocation is, what your schedule is like, what gods or goddesses or no gods and goddesses that you might align with, looking at spirits. All of these different things are incredibly diverse, and it's going to change from person to person. So I don't believe in like, here is this one book that is going to make you a witch. Being a witch is a lifelong process. Every day is part of that. So there's no one book you're going to read that says, oh, okay, that's it. That's everything you need to be a witch. But rather what my focus is in Weave the Liminal is to help give you some guidelines on how you can start building a practice, and how you can particularly learn to devise your own rituals and feel confident in what you're doing, and that the best spells that you do are the spells that you make for yourself, right? So that is what this book is for. It's for the self-starter who needs a little bit more guidance, who really wants to have a full experience and build up their confidence and develop their own path that is unique and authentic for themselves. So that's what this book is about. Maybe I probably could have put a few more prompts or rituals in there, but maybe that's for some other book. I mean, this is really about you figuring out you and what does it mean for you to be a witch. So that's what this is for. So if you're like, I need spells, there are plenty of books out there. If you need to, look at other rituals, they're online. There's other people who have books on rituals as well. There are many other resources, and that's also the thing. Again, no one book is going to do this for you. We are the people of the books. So we have an insane amount of books in our household, and it's like, oh, we're gonna get rid of like 20 or 30, and then we bring home that same amount this year. So it's always, there's always new things to learn. So I think people who coming particularly from an Abrahamic background, they go, oh, okay, what is the Bible that I need to figure out this path? And it's like, no, you're responsible for your own path and your own decisions. And while you can study many different paths and traditions and learn from other people, you still need to make those decisions for yourself. So I am going to actually give you another quote from a book that I just picked up from one of my favorite authors, Nick Bantock. And I just happened to open up today to this particular page. And he says here, "It doesn't matter how many books have been written or how many studies made. Each of us still needs to think things through for ourselves. Context is constantly changing. Each of us is profoundly different. Never stop trying to find your way of looking at things. Just as dream images reflect off of one another in an infinite series of changing patterns and codes, so do our thoughts spiral, constantly attempting to add new configurations to the collective consciousness." So that is very exciting and very inspiring. And if you're not familiar with Nick Bantock, Griffin and Sabine series, as well as many other books like The Venetian's Wife, The Egyptian Jukebox, The Artful Dodger, so there's a lot of good books. So if you like the combination of art and in really fantastic, somewhat occult storytelling, check out those books. They're picture books for adults, essentially. So, and we have reached 6 minutes. So thank you for checking in here, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions, either about what we covered today or questions that you want to see me cover in the future, please leave those in the comments. Thank you so much. Bye.